to the Vivid Minds podcast with your host Sebastian Lee Stockton and Kyle Matthew. Our guest today is Max Daniels, an amazing makeup artist. Welcome, Max.
Hi.
So, tell us about you. Who is Max?
Well, I didn't discover who that was until a year and a half ago when I first started makeup, because I really didn't know who I was until I actually really got into makeup and I slowly discovered who I was.
That's amazing. So, how do you feel like it's helped you along the way? Like,
oh my God. It's helped me go through my depression, my lonely phase, it literally helped. Every time there's something wrong, I will literally pick up a brush and do something or make something, or it's just a passion that helps me throughout everything in life.
Oh man, I love to hear that, man.
Absolutely amazing.
That is absolutely astonishing. Definitely. So we want to hear some feedback. What inspires you to kick off a makeup brand for yourself?
Oh my God, it's just because it's just a learning thing. When you try all these products, It's just, you have things you have to learn how to use by yourself. You have things that don't work with you. So when I thought of making my own brand, I've been making it for the past 2 years. I'm trying to make it a full thing, not just one thing to release at once. I want a full production done. It's been for 2 years now. We still have another 2 years ahead of us. I just want a brand that's going to work for everyone. There's going to be something for every single person, from dry skin to normal skin to oily skin, because there's a lot of makeup brands out there that don't deal with that,
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And it's just super amazing to see you out here doing your thing. In 2 years, man, that's a pretty decent long time. And I'm pretty sure you're putting your all in this, and I'm pretty sure I'm happy to hear that you're super passionate about this and you're doing what you love.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, so let's talk about what platforms can people reach you on?
Instagram is Makeup by Max, but 2 underscores after Makeup by. And then TikTok is just straight Makeup by Max.
Okay.
So how do you think
Which one do you prefer? Sorry for interrupting you, Kyle.
No worries, remember. So how do you think the social media tactic work? And you think it's bringing in a lot of attention from the social life?
It's depends on the day, honestly, because one day you will have all the likes, all the hype from everyone, but then there's some days that it won't go as planned, and you just need to work through it. It's just a game you have to learn your balance in.
Definitely, social media tactic when it comes to these things, and I can definitely see where some days it's a little slow, but some days you see all this booming just appearing out of nowhere, and you're like, oh man, this is happening right now. It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah,
definitely.
So I was looking a little bit into you, and I was curious, tell me about Keem Lashes and your relationship and what y'all are doing.
God, best friends have ever reached out to me. That was a big accomplishment to me. I still talk. I'm very close to the owner because they reached out to me when they first started their Instagram. So we've basically been growing together ever since.
That's awesome. I love to see that.
Definitely. I love whenever I hear stories about business brands reaching out to smaller brands and just giving them a little helping hand and stuff. It's really puts a smile on my face when I hear stuff like that.
Everybody lifting each other up,
Definitely. For sure.
Yeah.
And that's really what we're all about here, I don't know if you were a little bit nervous about coming on here, but we just want everybody to be a family, happy, we don't want that drama that a lot of stuff is happening right now. This should be a vibe kind of place,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
all about, the vibe and just, catching a way to just, like chillax for a little bit.
Of course.
But but I had some more questions. I just wanted to know, it's a new year, 2021. I wanted to know what some of your opinions are on the recent makeup trends we're seeing going into this new year.
Oh, I love it. There's some that are very questionable, but there's the ones that are very artistic, that really catch my eye, that really inspire me to keep going. It's weird how a trend will blow up out of nowhere. You would think it doesn't blow up, but then it'll blow up within a day or two.
Yeah, it's so unpredictable, isn't it, almost?
Definitely unpredictable. So to elaborate a little bit more on that, sorry to cut you off, bro, go on.
I'm curious, what do you think makes a success story in the makeup industry, Max?
You have to be original. If you're tagging along with someone, or if you are not being yourself, then there's no way you're gonna make it, because someone will literally call you out just for doing one mistake.
I agree with that 100%.
We see that a lot every day.
Yes, we do. Originality is the key to success, and being yourself is just such the best way to get yourself out there.
Yeah, exactly. Especially that the makeup world is very brutal, not the nicest place you could be associated with. So you just have to be true to yourself and just block out everyone.
I've heard a lot about that. And that's actually going to be leading into my next question. We hear a lot about, beauty influencer controversies and drama pop up. I wanted to know, what are some of your, insights on that? All these drama that you hear popping up every so often and stuff. What do you think about all this?
Honestly, it's nonstop when it comes to, I feel like it's how the makeup world really blew up in the past, decade, is because all the drama that came with it. And honestly, it's just people getting jealous over each other. There's people who will say something out of anger and it will blow up, and it's not really true, but it just causes this whole scene that's not necessary. And then brands get involved in it, and it just gets really messy. About 3 years ago, there was a brand called Tarte and a brand called Too Faced who got into it over literally just the fact of having a unicorn collection, which was absolutely idiotic.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, and it was and they dragged Jeffree Star, saying his stuff was clown makeup. It was just over a unicorn.
Dang, that's something to not get mad over, in my opinion.
That's messy.
Yeah. Very messy.
Yeah. So do you think people use this tactic to create publicity for themselves?
Oh yeah, definitely. If there's people who the first thought usually when you go into makeup is to make it big, but then there's some who actually find a passion into it. But usually that's about 15% of the time. Usually people just do it just to get publicity.
Definitely, I can see that.
And you'd say you're one of those people that found passion in it?
Oh yeah, I love the idea of transformation, and it just became an addiction. Just everything every day is makeup.
Okay, that's awesome. So in 2020, me and Kyle both, we don't know much about makeup, so we kind of need you to guide us through this, So if I get something wrong, just correct me, okay, Max?
Of course, yeah.
So
we're open to the feedback.
In 2020, I was reading something about multicolored eye makeup, bright mascaras
Vibrant
going on,
colors.
Flashy colors, how do you view these, and what are you a fan of personally? Whenever you are looking for makeup, what brands are you going to? What is going on in your brain? And what do you think of these trends?
Honestly, bright concealer is my thing. I personally struggle with finding a right foundation shade. So usually I'll just go with the closest, but then usually my concealer will be lighter than my foundation, so it will balance it out and make me look. Concealer will really change the shape of your face. That's why concealer is my favorite part of the makeup. And then bright colors became a big thing in the past years of makeup, because usually if you wore a bright blue or bright green, you'd be called a clown. In 2017, 2016, you'd be called a clown if you're wearing bright makeup. But now that's all you see everywhere. So yeah.
it's so weird how we see these like changes where like 5 years ago, even just like a year ago, people are looking at that and they're like, what are you doing? And then the next year it like blows up.
That's exactly how it works.
Yeah. That's like,
so we will be back after the break, guys.
we will have some more questions for everybody.
Welcome back after the break. Max, I had some questions I wanted to ask you about, like, you know, what do you think attributes to you being you, and how did you grow up? Like, where are you from? Tell me that kind of stuff.
So I'm originally from Spring Branch, a part of Houston that's not the pretty side. We actually grew up we struggled a lot. So my parents, I love them the absolute most. They worked hard. Now we're very comfortable. My mom went from nothing to having 2 restaurants now. My dad went from nothing to be the manager of a construction business. But growing up was I had a good childhood until I started figuring out that I wasn't like everyone else. So, and my father, he has no idea that I'm even like gay. So it's kind of hard to hide it because there's a part of me that I feel like he wouldn't accept it. But I just keep going because my mom, that's the closest person to me right now. She always supports me. She's always there. She's always there to pick me up if I'm like feeling down or something. That is literally my lifesaver. I've had a pretty good childhood. It's just when I figured out that I wasn't like everyone else, that's when it started to get my depression going, just going bad. But makeup really helped me get through all of it.
I love it. That's amazing. Shout out to Max's mom.
Yeah, shout out to Max's mom for loving and accepting him for who he is. You know, I can definitely see how hard it is, you know, wanting to fit in with everybody, but you know, life is all about experience and expressing yourself, you know. Just because you're different from the other doesn't make you any less from the other. You know, just be yourself and express it loud and proud. All you gotta do is just go for just go for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally agree with that.
That ties in back to what you were saying, Max, like, you know, being original. Like that, and it's not just in music, it's almost everything, you know, original sounds, original looks and fashion, whatever you're talking about. It's like, you know, being original in a way could be like, quote unquote, people would think, oh, like, you're weird, you're like quirky. And a lot of these people that are so successful are like thought of as weird and quirky, but they come up with the best ideas because they think outside of the box, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
So I wanted to get into some drama. I don't know much about like celebrity drama, but I feel like you're kind of the person for the tea. So like, I want to get into some stuff. I want to talk about celebrities. Let's like, I mean, people can cancel me. I don't care, Max.
Let's elaborate on this. Yes, let's elaborate.
Okay, don't try to cancel me, people, but I don't give a fuck. Come on, Max. Still the tea.
You want to talk about like a recent one that just happened?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sure.
So there's rumors. So Kanye and Kim Kardashian just got divorced. Have you heard that one?
Yes, we've heard it. Bits and pieces. We were just talking about it yesterday. Keep going.
There's rumors that Jeffree Star and Kanye were together, but I honestly don't believe it. I feel like it was just for attention. Someone was out of anger. Another one is, do y'all know who Tati is? Tati Westbrook?
Yes.
Is she a makeup artist?
Yeah, she's a makeup artist.
Okay.
This has been like a 2-year thing. So last year, I think we all know, James Charles got really bad canceled. Like, he was like horribly canceled last year because this woman double his age. He literally lied. She told nothing but lies. Her name's Tati because so it was this whole thing where, y'all know Coachella, right? Coachella?
Yeah, we've heard of Coachella.
Yes. So he was there and they didn't have no more of the highest pass that they need to be safe. Because, you know, people are going to like bombard James Charles because he's famous. And he didn't have a pass, but this brand that is the top competitor to Tati's brand offered him a pass, but he had to advertise them. And so he did. And so she got offended. So she made a whole lie about how he's a predator and ended up getting him really canceled.
Jesus.
And now
That's terrible.
Yeah, and he lost like 3 million followers in one day, but now he's the most viewed, most watched beauty guru ever. He went from like 12 million to like 25 million now. So, but now,
I mean, props to him.
Yeah, karma got her real good because she just got sued for $1 million from her brand partner.
Karma really came and got her.
Yeah,
karma really bit her.
Yeah, kind of feel bad, kind of don't, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that old saying: what goes around comes around.
Exactly. It's well deserved too, because she tried to also come for Jeffree Star, and now she's disappeared for like almost a whole year now because of all of that.
Man,
I mean,
oof. Messing with James Charles's fans, I do not want to see the comments.
Oh yeah.
In hate letters.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes people think that Kanye was with Jeffree Star?
I honestly don't know at all. I literally just heard about it about like 2 weeks ago with my friends that are also makeup artists. They told me about it. I was like, well, that's literally impossible. And then I saw Jeffree Star's video about it, and he's like, no, it's definitely not true. And he like threw shade at Kanye, saying, I need guys who are actually above 6 foot tall. So I'm pretty sure it's not true.
Well, man, I'm just thinking, like, maybe someone who made the drama thought it could, like, be thought of as true, because aren't they getting him and Kim getting a divorce?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they used it too.
Okay.
You know,
so
here's something crazy I heard.
What's up, bro?
Yes. I have no idea how true this is. I have not really gone into the facts, but this is just based upon like what I've heard and what a lot of people I think have heard recently too. I heard that whole Kanye West Jeffree Star rumor was actually debunked because it was made by that famous TikToker. I think her name is Ava Louise or something like that. She was the one that actually did the famous toilet seat licking coronavirus challenge like a while back, and she came out and basically said, I made up this rumor, it's false. I have no idea how true this is, but that's just what I've heard, and I thought, you know, that's just crazy and like just humorous.
I'm pretty sure she did do that because he did mention about something. She just wanted views, and she's gonna have to be in contact with my lawyer. So I'm pretty sure she got scared and then said it was not true.
Yeah, she just wanted that publicity, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
They all want that publicity.
So, me and you, it's so great because not only is this just an interview, but like you and me, we talk outside of doing this, you know, Max.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, like, you, yeah, what do you think about cancel culture? I mean, you use the word a lot, jokingly. I think to me, I wanted to know what your thoughts on it are.
Cancel culture. A lot of people don't believe in it. I believe in it because there's a lot of people who deserve to be canceled. It is overrated. People, I know I'm one of those people who use it, but I use it as a joke all the time.
Completely understand.
Yeah, but it's just sometimes it gets to the point where it's unbelievable. I'm pretty sure I haven't like dealt with any of that personally until like 8th grade. So that was like 3 years ago. So it's just, I feel like it's overrated. People just use it way too much as a defense.
Definitely.
Am I just like not in this circle with information? Because I literally heard about cancel culture like last year.
It's been on for like
Has
10
it been
years
around
now.
that long?
They've been around for quite a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I think me and Kyle both.
Yeah.
I did not set you up for this, but like we'd have to disagree on the cancel culture thing. Like,
Definitely.
But you know, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is like, you know, it's okay to have your different opinions.
Yeah, it's all about opinion.
The way I see it is like sometimes I feel like the people in the cancel culture groups, they like take it too far to where like people can't ever say sorry and it just be done.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. That's.
But then I totally also get your side where it's like, you know, someone murders, someone gets canceled, and, you know, abuse, stuff like that. Like, okay, I understand that. You know?
Yeah, because I can understand that. Because, like, you know, like, I can totally, like, understand it. Like, some people out there that have a platform don't really deserve that platform because they may speak on, you know, such, like, ludicrous things. And it's just like, what did you say? Why are you not apologizing? You know, some of these people don't really deserve their platform. But sometimes people mess up without even realizing it. And then I think sometimes cancel culture takes it to another level, even after the apologies, you know, just trying to clear the name up and everything. They still get dragged in the dirt after trying to make up for their actions. You know, like yeah.
Yeah, I completely understand with that.
Definitely.
That's why I said some people do deserve to get canceled, but most of the time it's bullshit.
I can
it's
You can go.
yeah, no worries. We're here to just, you know, vibe and relax. Just be yourself.
We're
just be yourself. We're raw.
Most of the time, most of the time it is BS because it's just people are bored most of the time, especially in the makeup community. A lot of people are bored. They want, sometimes it's dry. There's no drama, so someone feels like it's their need to make drama. So they'll just cancel someone out of nowhere. They'll get something from their past, like 15, 20 years ago, and just start something up.
Because I see that, you know, like they do digging and digging for like years of information just to find that one little thing they did however long ago. You just drag their name.
Exactly.
And
all right, but
it's kind of a thing too, because we could, just like 10 years ago, words we said then aren't okay now at all.
Oh yeah.
Completely agree. You know, completely agree. And people get called out for it, and they're like, you know what? If they don't say sorry, like, okay, screw them.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's terrible. Because you should still admit, like, you know, that I made a mistake.
Yeah, like take accountability.
I'm just saying that, like, people need to understand that, like, whenever you're surrounded by something, sometimes things seem okay, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, later you're like, you have to have that change. It's all about the change of seeing, like, you know what, I was wrong, so, like, I'm sorry for this. And then just, like, having a move on to something else. Or else we just are gonna get stuck in this phase of, like, cancel forever.
Yeah. It's all about maturity and going with the flow.
Totally.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. Maturity, you know, takes you a long way. Maturity can go, like, such a long way and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
so where do you see yourself by the end of the year?
The end of the year? Oh my god. I don't know, honestly.
2021, baby.
2021.
I definitely have many things planned with not my brand, but other brands that I'm having to start to work with, I'm starting to collab with. We have, I have this UK brand that I'm going to collab with. It should be coming out in sometime August.
Can you say their name?
I can't right now. It's just a UK brand.
Okay.
In August and September, either one of those months, I have a product I'm going to be collabing with them. So it's just more plans I've started last year are continuing this year and finishing this year that are going to lead into 2022. I'm going to start using TikTok more because I just started TikTok like right before Christmas. So hoping we'll go on there more. Like TikTok's the biggest,
that's awesome.
Probably the easiest way to grow.
In your brand.
Exactly.
Okay. So I wanted to know, you know, you being such like a awesome up and coming cosmetic brand, I wanted to know what are some cosmetic brands that you've seen and always wanted to try super badly but still haven't, unfortunately.
That's a big thing. Let me see. I have not tried. There's this brand called Lancome. It has a reputation for like older people, but it's just I have very dry skin, very sensitive skin. So sometimes those products meant for more mature skin work better on me. But I just haven't had the time to try them because usually I'll have brands sending me products that I'm already trying. So usually it's rare for me to go out and buy makeup because I'm already having them sent to me for free.
So what would you say to people that are, in, I think especially guys, and just everybody, of course, but because, in society today, a lot, and it's just true that it's looked more of as like a feminine thing. Maybe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And how do you think like we can make a change to where it's not, it's just for everybody? And what would you say to those guys that are thinking about it but just too scared to be looked at, quote unquote, like weird or get made fun of?
Honestly, they need to like just take a step back and just block out all the out noise, because what matters is really what they think and how they feel and how it's going to make them feel. Because no matter what, there's always going to be someone who has a problem with you. You can't make everyone happy. You just have to focus on you and just take a leap of faith and try it.
I agree with you 100%. I like that a lot.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. All right, I wanted to elaborate on some of this, this whole, pandemic that we've unfortunately been seeing a lot. We have to wear face masks, throughout our life, whenever we want to go out in public. How do you think that, how do you think that people that want to, because I'm sure a lot of y'all out there want to show off y'all's new looks and stuff that y'all come up with, like makeup. How does that impact y'all having to wear a face mask all the time, but like wanting to show off like what you're able to create with makeup?
Honestly, if Instagram is the best place, because of course you can take a picture and post it and everyone will see it. But if there's people, I haven't really, not really as much, because usually when I'm going out, I just do a soft, regular eyeshadow, normal look. But people who usually go out, it typically leads you to having to spend more money, because not a lot of what we call them as drugstore brands are the stores that are at like Walmart, H-E-B, Kroger, all of that. Like the cheaper makeup are called drugstore makeup. And a lot of drugstore brands don't have the ingredients to make these budge-proof products, so the face mask won't move anything. So usually they're forced to go by higher end and spend like $47 on a simple face powder just to keep your face from not like melting or like moving. So it's all on you. You can either just show it off on Instagram, or if you really want to go show it out, you usually have to go and spend a little bit more money and buy those products that will make your face stay still.
Definitely. So you mentioned drugstore cosmetic products, and like basically, so to my understanding, would you technically say that like they're not doing it for us? Like they're not doing it, like they just don't have like what you need and like this like certain like stuff.
Oh no, drugstore! I love drugstore products, because I feel like it's not as they don't have all the resources that high-end do, but it doesn't mean that they are like cheap or like knockoffs or anything. They're actually in my routine, there's a concealer that I use from this brand called Elf, and it's only $6.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually my favorite thing in the world, because it is able to change my face how I want it to. But usually I tell people to go for drugstore, because most of the people who I talk to, they don't go as crazy as I do. Like they don't wear like full coverage stuff like me. So drugstore is actually really good to start off. But I personally like to balance it. I go half drugstore, half not. Usually my foundation and concealer are drugstore, but everything else is high end. Because I really believe that you just need any base will work to have a blank canvas on your face. It just matters to what you want to add to that canvas. It's either if you want to go high end or drugstore, but usually I typically go high end.
Definitely. All right, so guys, I guess I was wrong. Drugstore products are it. All right, so I just want to elaborate on that, like just like a little bit more. Would there be like a favorite choice of drugstore cosmetic products that you think you would go with?
Oh, definitely. It's called Elf Camo
Mm-hmm.
Concealer. That has literally a lifesaver because it's supposed to be a dupe. A dupe is basically like a copycat version of this high-end product called Tarte Shape Tape, and that's a like $28 concealer, and only for $6. I'd rather go with the $6 one because it's just. I'd even say it's better because they have a hydrating formula too, and I use that one, and it's just. Sometimes it's better to go the cheaper route because some of these cheaper products are even better than the higher end products. Because when you're paying for higher end, you're really paying for the name brand.
All right, yeah.
So whenever you talk about, sorry, Kyle,
No
but
worries.
whenever you talk about like expensive versus cheap makeup, what kind of prices ranges are we talking to? Like from 0 to what? Like,
So do you want me to talk specific
Yeah, of course.
product?
it doesn't have to be specific. Just high-end brands, low brands. Like, what's like the most expensive kind of stuff you're gonna find out there
Yeah.
versus the cheap?
So usually a good expensive like foundation. My most expensive foundation is the Dior Air Flash. That is like a $62 foundation, and usually
Jesus.
makeup's expensive, really expensive.
Yeah.
And it's either I use that or my literally $6 $6 or $7 foundation from Elf. It's usually, they're both good. I love both of them, but you're paying for that name brand because Dior is a name brand. It's a clothing brand, so now they have their own makeup, so of course it's going to be as expensive as their
Definitely.
clothing. So, and it can go. There's also foundations that cost $200, but not really worth it.
So what makes these huge gaps in price difference like worth it? What kind of things are we seeing in the makeup products that are better?
It's really people don't even look at it with how it makes it better. It's really in the makeup community. It's a very toxic thing. If you have expensive stuff, you are considered good. So a lot of people just go for the most expensive things because it will make them look good, but really you can do just as good, if not even better, with these cheaper things. And really, the ingredients, there's some brands that are expensive that are actually worth it because their ingredients are also skincare ingredients, so it'll actually help your skin while you're wearing it.
Okay.
I have another question. Do you think me and Kyle should wear makeup? Like, do you think more men, like, manly, like men that usually wouldn't think about it should use makeup? And can you do it without it even being noticed?
Eyeliner.
Like for your average dude.
I don't feel like you need to force people to do it. It's their choice. So, and yes, there's definitely a way you can make it not noticeable. A lot of people can make it not noticeable. A lot of my friends make it not noticeable. Half the time, won't even notice my friends wearing makeup, but they actually are. It's just a way you have to have it. The trick is to have a perfect skin match, and I can never do that. So it's pretty hard for me. So usually I'll just go full face, full coverage, like a whole new face. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways you can make it not noticeable. And a lot of guys I know from the side I live, they actually wear guy makeup, but people just don't know.
All right, I respect that. I respect your outlook on that, and I appreciate that. I just want to. Okay, so I just have another question. So, like, to my understanding, a lot of people, love to experiment with cosmetics. I just want to know, like, what do you see in the art of makeup, and how do you experiment with it?
With just makeup in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, just whenever you're looking, like you're blank canvas, you're looking in the mirror, you're like, I want to make something fresh and new. Like, where do you start?
Me, honestly, one of my friends, Haiti, her name's Haiti Fisher. She just got a brand collaboration today, so I'm so proud of her. Honestly, yeah, I love her. She's from the UK. I like working with a lot of people from the UK. I feel like they're like nicer people. They're less judgmental. So I just stick with the UK people. I actually look for her for. She's one of the biggest like inspirations on me. She is so like creative. So usually I would just look at her thing, and then her style of makeup is way different than mine. Hers is more detailed, more like graphic, more
like abstract.
Yeah, more abstract. Mine, I will use color, but I will use it in the way you would use a natural color with, like a natural brown or red or natural thing. A lot of people come to me to do their eyes because the way I do my eyes is different than how anyone else would, because anyone else who would use color would make it all dramatic. Usually I can make a bright color look like it's supposed to be there and not noticeable that people will look at you in public like you're crazy.
Oh yeah, you just keep being creative and keep doing your thing. Well, thank you, Max, for coming on Vivid Minds podcast today, and we loved having you on today and talking with you. And I hope you have an amazing time. Keep working hard. I look forward to seeing where your business takes off in the next, few months, years. I love to see this.
Thank you.
Yeah,
just forever.
Keep doing this thing.
Just keep doing it.
Keep that work ethic going. I love it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Of course. Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.